Hey guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Foster, Kyuujin cosplay, and today we are back in the guys with Squid Game. Episode 7. Yep, we saw episode 6, guys. I still got the tears on my cheeks.
Yeah, we did cry. People were told to make teams of 2, and it turns out that the teams they made were to play one-on-one. And the loser was, well, he died, of course. Without knowing that, of course, our friends basically teamed up with friends, most of them, and we saw the worst in most players. Gi-hun basically played the old man, and when he saw that he was gonna lose, he started, well, when he saw that he was gonna lose, the old man basically said, oh, what did I say? Like, he forgot the number of marbles, if it was odd or even. He forgot what he said, and Gi-hun basically used it to his advantage to make the old man lose. Turns out that the old man wasn't forgetting, he was doing this on purpose, and in the end gave his last marble to our guy by making him understand also that what he did was, you know,
He was wrong, but he forgave him because they were friends. They were Gangbu,
yeah. So the old man died. The worst though is
freaking Ali, damn it!
Sang-woo played Ali, and Sang-woo was losing, and he started, at first he got angry, then he started pleading. I get it, I get all of that. What I don't forget and what I don't forgive is that then he manipulated Ali, used the fact that he trusted him to basically send him away, get all the marbles, and then he didn't even stick around to look him in the eye when he died. So Ali got killed last episode. We already had doubts about Sang-woo. We didn't want him to die, but now I'm like, I have a feeling that if he was gonna die in the next, 3 episodes, I'd be like, poor mum of his, but
that's too bad.
yeah,
He died.
I'm really pissed. So we'll see how that goes.
So
but
now we still got Gi-hun and the pickpocket girl.
Well, the pickpocket girl survived, yeah.
But both of them survived. I'm rooting for them.
The pickpocket survived because the girl she played against, well, they spent the 30 minutes they had to speak of their pasts. Both of them had a terrible past. But then the other girl had nothing and no one to go back to, so she sacrificed herself for the pickpocket girl. It was really sad. Everyone did a good job at, acting job. We cried. Now let's jump in this episode. Thank you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. If you want to know when these episodes come out, check out our Patreon for the full reactions. Let's go.
Alright, let's do this. So,
we have a suspicion that the girl who basically is willing to say anything to get a partner is still alive somehow. Oh, don't. Fucking hell.
let's twist the knife again, please.
Yeah.
Huh?
He's still hanging out.
In your office.
Doing his best, yeah.
But yeah, we're thinking that that woman must still be alive because then they will have even numbers of players.
And like, why would they not shoot her or dispose of her somehow, on screen? We didn't even hear a gunshot.
VIPs. Who are they? I'm thinking about maybe the previous winners.
Maybe.
She's right there. Could you imagine not having a player and not having a partner and you're sure to survive?
Well, it's kind of like you assume that her partner is dead already, so she survives.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, she got lucky.
왜? 죽은 네 애미라도 살아서 돌아온 거 아니야?
I do kind of like her. I like her personality.
가면수 놈들이 나보고 깍두기래. 그러더니 곱게 숙소로 데려다 주더라.
Makes sense. Still alive to piss him off.
Speaking. I'm happy to hear you enjoyed the game. The host is currently waiting for the VIPs to arrive.
Who was he talking to? It's not a VIP because he said the VIPs were still to arrive.
The guy you called earlier, maybe?
He said, "Did you enjoy the game?"
Oh.
My suspicions from the last few episodes are coming back full force.
About the old man?
About the old man. We didn't see him die.
Sure.
It's the rational side of my brain. The one that didn't cry last episode.
실수를 했던 경찰 신고 중에 나왔습니다. 진짜 소각해.
I mean, I don't know. Reaction, he looked at the photo a lot. Hesitation. Okay. We don't have enough people for them
All
to
the
be
winners,
winners.
yeah.
Yeah.
VIP들께서 도착했습니다.
It could
Greer's-
definitely be the old man. Don't tell me it's not him. Do we get to see
Oh,
foreigners? Yeah.
I hope your long trip here has not been too difficult. I am the front man who operates and oversees all matters here.
Where is the host?
Unfortunately, some urgent business has prevented him from attending.
Rich old man.
Rich people enjoying this. I don't know. There must be a reason for them being here, and considering the game's purpose is a bit not out there, but it's not a simple matter of just let's kill a bunch of people. I don't know.
But yeah, I think you were right about the old man.
I think it's the old man. I'm freaking out.
That's why he was that good at every games.
That's why every game would relate to his life.
Yeah.
And that's why he enjoyed himself so much in most of the games.
No! No, don't do it, you asshole! What are you so worked up about? Put a lot of money on that dickhead to win.
How much did you bet?
$1 million bucks!
What convinced you to bet so much on number 69?
Oh, it's such a beautiful number. 69.
Oh, it's just that the English actors are not the best.
Number. We've seen in many movies rich people bidding money on people's lives and playing games. Every single time it makes me sick.
My
Sick.
god, how fucking like
몇 시간이야?
I thought it was him, but like it's gonna be him. I thought it was a bit more than that. So like if the old man is really, you know, linked to all of this, I kind of want to know his side of the thing. And
What's that thing? Looks like a bridge of some sort.
What's the game again where La Marelle?
I don't know in English. They'll have to cross. Just I'm guessing some of these planks will fall.
Yeah.
게임을 시작하기 전에 먼저 앞에 있는
I'm picking 3. It's my lucky number.
16가지의 번호표를 하나씩 선택해 주시기 바랍니다.
Like that'd be me.
다시 한번
3.
말씀드립니다.
That or 7.
게임을 시작하
Which number do you pick?
1.
Let's see if we would survive.
Ooh,
One?
this is
One.
exciting.
I wonder if the numbers actually matter.
Maybe and which turn they're gonna go, you think? Like the first,
maybe.
first one, second, the third.
Like if you, when you go, there's a plank less, and if you're the last one, like the more you go, the less planks there are left.
Maybe. You want to go first because you want to know what's gonna happen. And you don't want to go last because you want to have a chance.
I would pick 3, like I said.
지금 여러분 앞에 있는 번호는 다음 게임을 시작하는 순서.
I think we were right in picking 1 and 3.
선택하시기 바랍니다.
순서라고? 이 게임도 무궁화 꽃이나 뽑기처럼 시간 제한이 있을 가능성이 높아.
Just don't pick the first one
시작하는 게 좋아.
because you don't want to be the one to discover what the game is.
잠깐만, 무슨 게임인지도 모르는데 먼저 하는 건 위험해.
You need to take one in the front then.
Does that mean he's gonna die?
16번.
No. No.
If he takes 16, and it's the thing about the planks, he's gonna lose for sure.
The first one and the last one.
Dude, Okay.
1번 제일 먼저 게임을 시작하자고. 저기요. 제가 1번 하면 안 될까요? 태어나서 딱 한 번만이라도 제대로 살아보고 싶습니다.
But like, if it's the plank thing, can you cross by holding onto the rope?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Or are you gonna play for others, or are you gonna play for you?
Yep.
He's too good-hearted. Well, I'm guessing it's a good thing to be first. If the game is what I
Does
think
it mean
it
that
is.
my number is gonna be a bad number this time?
I mean, now both the characters. I don't know which number the pickpocket took though. Did we
I don't
see?
know. Well, probably one of the last, right?
If they're all in the DM,
Middle
like.
last.
5번째 게임은 징검다리 건너기입니다. 앞에 보이는 한 쌍의 유리는 두 가지 유리, 강화 유리와 일반 유리로 되어 있습니다.
Okay. So yeah, okay. Being first then is not. Fuck. Can we switch again?
Nope.
You picked, buddy. I mean, you can test it. Like, you don't have to rush it.
No, you need to jump on it.
Ah, fuck.
어떻게
Can you try to aim on the sides, maybe?
Jump on both. Do the split.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, you got 16 minutes to do it.
안 나가면 내가 너 밀어버린다.
Fuck off.
갈게요.
Like, it doesn't matter which one he takes. You'll know if it's safe or not as soon as he jumps. And then you can just jump on it.
Nope. Okay.
He's gone. Oh, well, that's it for 96.
So then we were completely wrong with the order thing. We would be dead. You'd be dead right away.
앞에서 한두 개만 길을 터주면 우린 다 안전하게 건너갈 수 있겠어.
She was
그렇지만
15.
알아. 선대에서 겁에 질린 인간들이 시간을 끌기 시작하면 뒤에 있는 우리도 위험해질 거야.
You're gonna have to cross really, really fast.
If you're amongst the first ones, there is absolutely no way you can travel this without falling. Unless you're like very lucky.
Like Ali? Ali
Well,
was so damn lucky,
Actually,
right?
the thug is luckier.
Be careful. Although,
Well, he's the lucky one.
I would love to see the thug die this time.
He's the lucky one always, so like...
Yeah. Fudge.
I would have brought my shoe and be like, attack!
Well, they did say to let their shoes at the beginning.
나 여기서 더 이상 안 가! 가라고 니들 모두 가!
That's not how you play, buddy.
그렇게 가고 싶으면 먼저 가시든지.
I mean...
안 가면 내가 밀어버린다. 그래. 좋아, 씨발. 다 들어와! 다 같이 뒤질 거야! 야, 이 씨발놈들아! 난 니들 대신 뒤지기 싫으니까 다 덤비라고, 이씨!
Dude, fuck off.
먼저 가든지. If you can satisfy me in 5 minutes, I'll change your life.
Does that satisfy you? Yeah? Piece of shit.
If you can satisfy me in 5 minutes, I might let you leave. Tell me everything. You know about the game.
He's doing so good. Meanwhile...
Awesome police officer.
빨리 안 가! 빨리 가라!
The more people die right now, the more we lose a chance to find out if the child is okay. Mm-hmm. Is it her? Oh boy.
불알 두 쪽 달렸다고 온갖 폰은 다 잤더니 가네 못 가네. 씨발 쪽팔리게.
좆가 이 씨발려라.
비켜.
정말 먼저 가겠다고?
그래. 나 한민여야.
She's gonna fucking push him.
여기서 너 같은 쪽
Yep.
순진한 새끼. 네가 정말 너 대신 죽어줄 줄 알았냐?
이거 풀어.
She's strong.
나 배신하면 죽는다고 했지.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, she's going all in.
Oh yeah.
She's like, fuck you.
내가 먼저 갈게.
I mean,
She can't trust you, so.
쫄보 새끼. 너 그거 알아? 넌 족도 졸라 작아.
yeah. Yes. Yes.
It's well deserved.
Oh yes.
And at the same time, we find out about the glass. I am sad to see her go, but she took him down.
She went out like a queen.
like a queen.
Yeah.
Oh man, woman.
Ah, it's our guy.
It's him, and after that, it's all us.
Yep.
뭐 하는 거야? 시간 끌지 마. 잠깐만요. 내가 구별하는 방법을 알아요. 어떻게? 유리공장에서만 30년.
Okay, go, tell the trick.
다른 사람은 볼 수 없지만 강화유리는 비스듬한 각도로 빛에 비춰보면 희미하게 얼룩 같은 데 보여요.
Okay, it works.
Can he really tell the difference?
I think so. I think he's examining the refraction of the light. Let me adjust the settings.
No.
Oh.
Fuck off, no. The point is to win. Like, fuck off, you still have a game.
Oh,
There's
no.
only one left.
Oh no,
The
He's
sound,
gonna
can you like reach over
no.
and
Do you have a hammer somewhere?
so it will be only us then. All
Yeah.
three left for the
Yeah.
last game. You'll have to go, buddy. He's gonna push him.
그럼 그냥 가.
Of course. After what he did to Allie, of course.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
But now they didn't know about Allie. It's the first time they actually get proof that he's a piece of shit. Willing to do anything to survive.
Yeah.
Oh, and now we only have our 3 characters left for the last game.
Yeah.
Jesus fuck.
Everyone would have been dead.
Yep. Careful with this shit, you can lose an eye. Don't fucking fall.
She's falling. Fuck.
No, I think it's the camera was going back.
Phew.
He just wanted to play kick-ass slow motion. We have 2 episodes left. What is gonna happen?
I don't know.
잠수함이 하나가 사라졌습니다.
He left with some proof and shit. I mean, if he can stop this before we all die. Okay. We only have 2 left.
Oh my god, I'm so glad that number 101, the
Yeah.
tough guy,
And the way he did.
deok-su, that was his
Yeah,
name,
the thug.
died.
And the way he did too.
Oh yes, she
that woman-
had a revenge, and it was epic.
Like, when she joined with the thug group,
Mm-hmm.
she's the one who basically started the fight that led to the night, basically the lights out massacre.
Yeah.
But she was fun. She was trying to survive. She was just teaming up, like doing everything she could, sweet talking everyone so she could, find the strongest players.
Mm-hmm.
She thought she had something because she truly helped the guy and she offered a lot to that guy. He screwed her up. I'm glad she got her revenge. She was fun. I'm sad to see her go. It's not to the level of, the other players from
Allie.
last episode. Yes, Allie and everything, but the way she went out, like you said, like a queen, mwah, loved it.
Well, she went out like a mad queen, yeah.
It was fine because he deserved to, not only, and the way he died, it wasn't just up to chance. It was a direct consequence to a shitty thing he did. So he died because of how shitty he was before. because he couldn't keep his promises.
Yep.
So that's completely fine with me.
So I was
Okay.
wrong. My number would have doomed us all.
We would have died for sure.
But it is
I
true
mean,
that in this case, being the last one to go, you're gonna be lucky because every tile will be good for you to cross over.
yes,
But the thing
it's
is,
the time.
is the time.
Yeah. I mean, the number of tiles was perfect for the number of players, basically. And with the guy who could tell the difference from the glass. The thing is, I get it. You know, a lot of these people try to kill other players. The thug and his partners and stuff. That's a thing. But then, and at the same time, like, you know, because of how it ended, that if he had gone first, like, if he had passed everyone else and been like, well, that's the trick, they would have dimmed the lights right away.
Way sooner, yeah.
Yeah, and we only had one marble, so forget it. Like, it would not have happened. The fact that he dies helps in one way. The other two got to see that basically their friend is willing to do anything to survive. So considering what he did to Ali, considering the way he treated Jesus, I'm having a blank.
Gi-hun?
Yeah, last episode, ignoring him completely, not even talking to him about teaming up, even though they're friends and stuff.
Childhood
And
friends.
he doesn't even know, like, the pickpocket. Like, he's not even close to her or anything. So he's gonna be a huge threat next time we have a game, unless something happens before. But he's gonna be a threat depending on what the game is. I'm rooting for the other two. I mean, of course, I'd like for all three of them to win. I don't care if a character is bad, you know, as long as they have, I'll say a redemption, or, you know, they get the karma is a bitch thing. In his case, how is he gonna feel after if he survives? He's gonna feel like shit. Like, he caused the death of so many people. I feel like he's all in his head a lot. He's always going to the logical outcome, and he's trying to explain how things are with his head instead of his heart, because if he does it with his heart, he's gonna feel so bad.
Yeah.
I'm not wishing for him to die. He did cause Ali's death, so if he dies, I won't cry. I won't be sad, but, like, I think we've had enough people dying. You know? It's hard. I don't know.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I really hope that Gi-hun and the pickpocket girl,
yeah.
I still forgot her name, sorry. I really hope that they survive. I won't be sad if Yamsun died.
Yeah, that's the thing. We won't be sad if he dies, because after everything he did.
After what he did, yeah.
But then at the same time, it's the point of the game. Like I said, it's the only thing that really pisses me off is how he did it with Ali. You know? But can we really blame them for really wanting to survive? It's true that in the TV show where you're basically being compared to a character who at almost every step of the way chose to help others. Jin, like, the thing is, like, he left the guy, he you know, let the guy decide which jacket he was gonna take, which turned out to be a huge thing, a good thing. Also, before that, you know, yes, with the old man, it was a shitty thing he did, but then he felt really bad about it. So we don't know, but then, I mean, it's not like, Jesus.
Whom?
I remembered all the names
Whom?
earlier. What, Jesus?
Oh, we got ill.
Oh, Sang-woo. There you go, Sang-woo.
Sang-woo.
Okay. Okay, what was I saying? Shit. I don't remember any.
Let's move on. Okay, let's
Sorry.
move on.
It will come
okay,
back.
I'm really glad though that yes, the Gi-hun decided to let that guy pick pick the number 1. He took the number 16, and I really love that we got a shot of the guy looking at Gi-hun. Do you want to switch over? Let's go.
You decided for yourself for the first time in your life. Own that choice. I mean, if you were doomed to fall. Like,
Yeah.
this was meant to have barely any survivors.
Unless you were really, really, really lucky.
But that would not happen. It's a 50-50 fucking chance every time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm like, out of the three survivors, it's not like all of them were perfectly good. It's not like all of them never did anything shitty in those games. I get it. It's to survive. We've grown to love them. We've grown to know about them. I mean, they have so much to go back to. In this last game, I'm pretty sure that Sang-woo will, again, turn against us. Now that at least we know that he did it this time, we get to question everything that happened before. So don't trust him, which could have been our downfall if we trusted him in the last game. Because there's no way we get out of there alive, all three of us, unless the police officer does something. Which, by the way, was also amazing this episode.
Doja is the awesome police officer.
He doesn't
There's
have much
always
time.
one.
He doesn't have much time, but now at least maybe he's got enough proof to do something about it before we die. But the thing is, though,
What?
all of this will be for nothing if we get out of there with no money. That's the thing. Which I get, like, they were doing speeches at the beginning about how, the guy who lost his wife was like, what's the point of continuing? We did everything and now we killed the ones we loved the most. And then Sang-woo was all being rational about it, and he was like, why, if you cannot live with yourself, with your decision, why are you here and not your wife? For sure, if he did not want to kill his wife, he could have died with her, which is a lot to ask someone, for sure. But he's got a point, and he did kill himself, which is really sad after what he did. I do get the rational side of the situation. After everyone that died just giving up.
They will
But the families of the dead ones would get the money, though. Because that's the thing. If you get out of there with all the money, those families of the people that died, do they still have the debts? Like Ali's family. They could do with that. They could use that money.
Yeah, but maybe you can use that money to help them?
You really think that someone who has the guts to survive this
Yoon.
will send the money?
Yoon.
Does he even know who to send the money to? Ali kept talking to Sang-woo. He's the only one that knew. And even then, like, do you really
In
know?
the basement, they got the files of every player.
Yeah, but they haven't been there.
They got a police officer. He's
Yeah,
gonna,
but,
he's gonna come
maybe.
back.
I mean, that's a
And-
good thing, but then you're left with what exactly?
The thing is, at this point, they're so far in the game that stopping right now,
That would be shitty.
after everything that you went through,
After-
after
yeah.
every death,
After everyone you killed.
yeah.
He was right. Sang-woo was right about that on the logical side. Basically, you leave here without the money, you basically end up with all your problems, all your debt, and a shit ton of trauma.
Yep.
And guilt. So what do?
You continue and you leave out with all the money, no debts, and a shit a ton of trauma.
Yeah, the thing is, he's always been rational about all his decisions, but that's also why he betrayed Ali. So I can understand them for sure, but then at one point when you stop being human, that's a problem. That's also the type of attitude that got him in this mess to begin with.
All head and no heart.
Exactly, because he didn't really think about what problems that would, give his mother.
It's
and
funny
everything.
for a guy that is so much in his head, he didn't think about it.
He's
right?
really the most idiot out of them all when it comes to being human and making the right decisions.
But I did say for the second game that even though he's saying, oh, let's team up, let's bring a team together.
He's in there for himself.
He's in it for himself. And he doesn't think about the consequence for the people around him.
Well, I mean, I think that's kind of what it takes for him to go far in life, sort of. He's willing to make sacrifices and he's willing to do what it takes to go far. In this case, though, doing what it takes means betraying your friends and being a shitty human. But the thing is, he's willing to live with all that resentment, all that guilt, all that trauma in order to solve the problems and make sure that he doesn't shatter the image his mother has of him.
Yeah.
We spend the last 2 episodes being really mean about him. To be completely fair and honest, like we said that before, how gi-hun basically introduced him by saying, oh, this guy went to university and stuff, and I'm like, everyone always keeps talking about his achievements before they talk about him.
Not just any university, Seoul University, like one of the biggest ones.
I mean, still, they talk about his achievements before they talk about him as a person. What that does to someone, or what that could do to someone, is the expectations being so high, you gotta live up to those expectations. So when you're a failure and people around you still have those expectations, you're willing to basically do everything to keep up those expectations. So in his case, if he gets out of there with the money, he gets to do that. He gets to, you know, not be a failure. He gets to, you know, continue being the perfect son to his mom, and yeah, be the guy she's basically proud of and she talks about to her customers and stuff. The thing is, he's got to live with himself after. I don't know if that's going to be possible. That's where I draw the line between logic and heart. I know that keeping up your expectations, it's the heart, you know, that does that. It's because he wants his pride. His pride is important, and how he's being seen by others is really important to him. But then what's more important? That, the look others give you, or how you feel about everything you did, you know, the lives of the people you took, and how you got that money.
Yeah.
As far as we know, the winners basically killed themselves after this. Who's to say? How would you feel? Like, so many people died and you get to live with the money that their life represents. And that's the whole... I mean, I was saying before that I had you know, the idea that maybe this game was about giving them a lesson or something. And I still think that maybe from the old man, because I'm pretty sure it's the old man. From the old man's perspective, it could be that.
Yeah.
But from these assholes' perspective, a life basically means nothing more than $100 million. And for them, that's pocket change.
Yeah.
So they don't give a shit.
So no morals, no sense of life meaning behind those games.
A life only means a certain amount of money that they can basically find between their couch cushions.
By the way, I don't know what was wrong with the English speaker for those
I think it's
things,
the actors.
but the actors,
It wasn't they weren't known actors or anything. I think it's because they had to find English actors, American actors or something in Korea, I guess. And they couldn't find anyone that was good because Jesus.
Unless they wanted to make them seem like posh or something, like really snob.
No,
but
the acting was
they
bad.
went way overboard with it.
I mean, especially if you compare them to everyone else we've seen on the show. Everyone has been amazing.
Well, I mean, maybe one or two wasn't so bad with the way they spoke.
Well, no, but you compare them to the main cast. It's nothing.
Of course.
So yeah, they were pretty bad. They were cringy as fuck, but it's fine. They were cringy as characters too, and it's completely normal.
And once again, I'm still amazed by the set pieces with where they shot that with the game set and the launch set for the rich people.
You know what it looks like? Actually, they're foreigners and they show up in Korea to look at this game. They wear animal masks, you know, because I mean we're talking about going back to your basic instincts because you're basically fighting for survival here. So maybe it's a call to that. You're being animalistic and stuff.
They were in sort of a jungle lounge place.
Yes, and it's also very exotic. So for them, I think it's maybe a take on, you know, the foreigners come here, kind of like, you know, the pickpocket was saying the other episode, how she wanted to go to a certain island because it looked different from Korea, so it was exotic and stuff. Maybe that's their way of saying, you know, I'm going to an exotic place. It's so different from what I'm used to, so I'm allowed to do whatever I want there. Although, like,
That's not how it works.
That's definitely not how it works, but I'm not surprised.
It's true that sometimes when you see places or people or food that are really different from what you're used to,
it's better. It's always better.
It's more captivating, interesting.
And since it's not, you know, this is not where they live. This is not their own country or anything. Maybe that's why they feel so emboldened. You know, they feel like they have the right to do something like that. It's the way they see them too. You know, he's looking at the police officer and he's like, "You have pretty eyes and stuff," because he's exotic. You know, he's not white or anything.
He does have pretty eyes, though.
I mean, true, but I feel like it's more of that. You know, it's because you're different. You're exotic. Yeah. So I find you attractive and I like you. I think it's the l'attrait. I don't know what the word is in English. I don't remember because it's late.
Interest?
The interest? Maybe. Anyway, the interest is in the difference basically. It's how they view their lives too, because if you think about it, it's not a coincidence that all the douchebags that showed up were, you know, white and Americans compared to all the players.
I think I saw maybe an Italian in there with the accent. And
Maybe, but they're still white. They're still white compared to, you know, the players and stuff who are all Koreans or at least foreigners to them. So I think it's because of how they view them. They see them as toys. They see them as almost nothing. Objects.
Technically, if you saw, there were a bunch of women use that objects. Like
it's an actual thing
furniture.
though, but it's an actual thing though. Like we saw that in Gossip Girl.
I know.
It's a thing, but and I don't. From what I saw, most of them were not interested in the women. So there you go. In any case, they are pieces of shit because they put a price on these players' lives. They played with their need to desperately want that money. It's kind of like if like I said, if there is no lesson behind it. Because I really want to know what the old man thinks of all this. But
I think the old man wants to just relive his youth and his childhood.
Well, maybe, but he's got to have a reason for wanting to play and wanting to support this. So we'll have to wait and see. Maybe he could save the main character if he wasn't going to win this.
Is this Gumbo?
Because for sure it's him, right? Like, I mean, gray hair,
sorry
old
for my
man.
pronunciation. What was the...
Ganbu?
Gumbo, yeah.
Yeah,
Is his friend?
But in any case, like, despite, no matter what he wants, no matter how he saw that game, for these guys, for the rich people that showed up here, the VIPs, it's basically fun for them to see poor people struggle to get a glimpse of what they have. It's funny to them to see, you know, a bunch of people try or die trying, you know, to get a part of their lifestyle because they have it all, so they think they deserve it all and they can do whatever they want.
The worst is we've seen people in real life
Definitely
doing it, like giving some cash to people and just making them dance like monkeys because they need the money, and it's just...
Some people like that. Also people, you know, that would show up in shelters and stuff just to do an Instagram post and be like, look at me, I'm giving to the poor people, because it's all about, you know, the message behind it. But then after that, they don't want to touch poor people. They don't want to be in a poor neighborhood, or they don't want to give anything. I mean, we've seen shitty people like that. They're not everywhere for sure, but they exist, and maybe not to that extent, but it's not surprising.
I think even to that extent, we just don't see them that often.
I mean, we've talked about how life is hard, you know, to begin with. Life isn't fair, and unfortunately, the top 1%, it's usually not people that work their way up. You know, it's people that, you know, life smiled at them, or they were lucky, or people were, you know, they were given an inheritance or something. Sometimes we get people that work their ass off to get there, and in my opinion, they completely deserve it. But most of the time, we get a bunch of assholes who basically were born rich and they like to flaunt their money. That's why it's always interesting to make, you know, TV shows and stories about the difference between, you know, the people that don't have that luck, the people that whose life was never easy, and whose fate was it's kind of like fate was predetermined for them. Like, they were not going to be lucky. You know, everything was going to go bad for them. And then the ones that everything went well for them, life smiled at them, and faith was all right, and they got it all. And then they get to laugh looking at the ones that have nothing.
Do you think that maybe it would have been more interesting to have maybe the VIPs with the previous winners? If you want to maybe have some sort of moral with the gangs?
We'll have to wait and see what happens to the winners.
Yeah.
We still need to find the brother of the police
Because
officer.
it is technically some sort of cliche, rich people paying to see other people betting their lives. We've seen that many times.
There would be no sense in having the winners be there with those guys, because the reason why they're doing this is for their own enjoyment and the pleasure they get out of watching people struggle. And I don't think people who struggled in those games would enjoy watching other people struggle. At least I don't. I hope so. But like I said, I don't know what happened to the other winners. I'm not even sure they are still alive, because as far as we know, the brother disappeared he was a winner and he disappeared. So what happens to them after this? We'll have to wait and see. We have 2 episodes left. It is getting really late, and the more we talk, the less we make sense. So,
what is to say that even though that you win, you don't win, and they just take the money back?
that's a thought that came to me. That's why I was like, we don't really know what happens to the winners.
Because one thing that I know for sure is that the rich stay rich because they don't give their money away.
True.
You know?
Very true. We'll have to wait and see.
That'd be shitty, though, because we cannot even trust in their own rules.
Before we saw who the VIPs were, I wouldn't think this could be a possibility. Now that we know who the people that look at this are, maybe there is no winner. Maybe the winner becomes the winner, but then he doesn't get shit.
Bravo, tu t'as gagné, good. Aye.
Yeah.
So something like that.
Or finished. Although, like, if that was the case, why would they document who's the winner every time? They keep track of who won.
Yeah.
So if it's not important, why do that? I do agree. I mean, it's about the bidding too. Like, they bid on who is gonna win. So basically, they make more money off of their tragedy. Yeah, they were pieces of shit. I really did not enjoy the VIPs. And like, I mean, like I said, I want to know what the old man's take on all of this is. And we'll see how this ends. Maybe I'm hoping for a save by the police officer. Because like I said, we have at least 2 characters we really want to survive. Like, it would be shitty if they died. And then Sang-woo, after what happened with Ali, unfortunately, I can't say that I would feel bad. But at the same time, we don't need anyone else to die. If only for the sake of the main character, who would be, even more traumatized if his childhood friend died.
True.
Although I don't know how he's gonna react to what he saw in this episode. We will see. Anyway, it is like 4 in the morning, so yes, it is late. We'll stop because I'm pretty sure that we're making less and less sense as we talk. So thank you guys so much for watching this with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
Alright, and if you don't, the next one will be out on YouTube next week.
Yes.
So see you then, guys.
Bye.